Good day to you. Face masks and coverings. They work, they don't work, they work, they don't work. Is it that difficult to find out already? Is what I'm wondering. The answer is somewhere between, actually, it seems to me. Now, I'd like to demonstrate the physical activity of the breath. The scientific stuff, I'd like you to take responsibility for and do your own research. I've looked, and it seems that the usual coverings we all use, everyday materials, cheap and cheerful ones, do not stop the virus, not surprisingly. I think we all kind of knew that. They may limit it to some extent, though. It's not all that clear, but it seems to be certain it doesn't stop it 100%. So maybe that's why there's so many arguments. That seems to be clear. But that's not the whole story, it seems to me. In wearing them, it's to do with the breath and how it travels with the virus in it. I'd like you to remember two words, if you will, because I may test you on them later. Those two words are deceleration and dissipation. Or deceleration and dissipation. What I mean by deceleration is the slowing down of the breath. And what I mean by dissipation is the thinning out and spreading of the breath. In this video, I'm just going to deal and hopefully demonstrate in a practical way the physicality of this. I'm going to use a microphone. Well, I'm using one now, you're saying. This will become clear, I hope. This microphone has foam there, and you might be able to see it has foam there. Many of you used to my channel will know immediately why, but some of you might not. Guess what? What were those words? Distinction for you. Yes, deceleration and dissipation of the breath. Why? Because if you don't, it hits the diaphragm and you get that popping sound, which you probably all heard, and which I'm going to demonstrate fairly soon. We have an issue, though, dear to my heart, which is anything you put between the voice and the diaphragm has an effect, because what you want is your voice, which is air waves, to be unadulterated as it hits the diaphragm. But at the same time, you're trying to stop the air in a certain manner of operation hitting the diaphragm. That's the difficulty. The similarity then is we need to breathe, do we not? We could put something between me and you that completely eliminates the virus, but I probably wouldn't be able to breathe. So we have a similar situation. You need to be able to breathe reasonably freely, but we're trying to stop something. So I'd like you to wear headphones, because you may not hear this if you don't. You may, but you may not. And I'd like this to be very, very clear. I'm going to speak into this microphone in a manner which will cause the explosive effect I've been talking about, and which you hear with a lot of amateur speakers and some singers anyway. Here I go. Puff. Puff. Did you hear that? The thump. That's the breath travelling in a column quite quickly, straight through. This has some protection, but straight through that into the lungs of the microphone, if you will. This is a studio-grade pop filter. I hope you can see. It has a couple of layers of fine mesh. What do you think that mesh does? You've already got a distinction. You might get distinction A star. Yes, deceleration and dissipation. Let me demonstrate. Puff, 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 puff. Here, I have some Italian fine linen. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the video. Puff, 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 puff. Wonderful. I hope that is acceptable to you as a kind of proof. Now, if I'm here and you're there where the lens is, I don't want any more thuds, so I'm going to move this slightly. Then puff, puff. Incidentally, notice no thud, because I'm pointing that way. Different story. So, poof, that may well reach you. But not much to the sides. If I put this on, poof, poof, I imagine it won't reach you, because that's right. However, you're an intelligent person, I know what you're thinking. Well, my breath hasn't just disappeared because I've put this on, so where's it gone? Well, as far as I can tell, instead of going like that, it's gone like this. This shape is almost representative. Therefore, as far as I can tell, that's physically what's going on. You will have to do your own, you don't have to do anything, sorry. You could do your own research. You're an intelligent person and you're concerned about other people. You may wonder then if you're all on a train together with don't know. I'll leave that with you, if I may. But certainly, to my own satisfaction, it stopped that. So I guess they did say this. The scientists, I believe, said at the very beginning that you need the masks and 2 meters. Otherwise, things to watch out for then. I've seen many masks with holes at the side. This, people criticise to begin with because it's very soft and quite beautiful. I think it does a very good job because it covers here, and because it's so soft, my breath doesn't bounce off it. Some of the harder paper ones, I found the breath bounces off and comes out of any of the holes. This kind of does that rather better. Other thing to watch out for is that there's some research on this and I found it to be true. It's ridiculous, really. We put this on, being human beings, and then what do we start doing because we can't hear people? Yes, indeedy. We start shoving that air through. Keep well. Be seeing you.